If you're watching this on repeat, I'm just trying to get to the chat. It takes me a minute. I'm almost there. Let's see who we got. Hey, Shark Decon. Hey, Poppy. What's up, y'all? Hey, Scott Balo. Sorry about last night. I don't know what happened. Like, my internet went out. It was crazy. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, cool. Chilling like a villain. Hey, Veritas. What's up? You're beautiful. I worked a double today, so I'm kind of low energy, trying to get hyped up. Let's see if I can get my partner in here. Do you want to come in, Scott Balo? Hmm? That's okay. Remind me to tell you what happened. Oh, Lord, you got up at 5 a.m.? Well, I got up at 6 a.m. So I'm right there with you. The early morning club. You got to tell me what happened right now, Scott Balo. Hey, Claire Jane, little baby mama. Let's see. Veritas is straight goofy. All right, Shark Decon. Let me just get Scott in and see what he has to say before the chaos starts. Because you know when you get Sharky on here, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a bunch of information. Ah, he's like, "Okay." He's gonna be cooking sketty. He's gonna be making noises. It's gonna be chaos. There's gonna be lots of changes. Hey, Theron, what's up? You're a whole what the fucks? Yeah, that's cool though. Oh, I love you, Claire Jane. How are you feeling? How's your little baby doing inside of you? I wish I was still young enough to have kids, but I'm not. I don't have the parts anymore. Veritas loves watching your sketty cooking. It reminds me of I don't know, like a renegade cooking show. Got reality changes, nipple rings. Veritas says babies, yay, I'm done with that. Yeah, me too. Thank God. Mine are like 17 and 16, so it won't be long. They'll be out of here. I love them, but I'm kind of ready for the next phase in life. Hmm. Scott Balo, empath cooking. Yes, you ought to have a cooking show. That would be so cool. You could call it empath cooking. You could show us all the crazy shit you make. You just do like a video series of what you cook. I'd be interested. I'd watch it. I like food porn. Oh, is he? How far along are you, Claire? Is he past blowing bubbles and now you can feel him moving around? Oh, Veritas. Oh my goodness, poor children. You're like a saint. Sure, kind of looks like shit. Tastes like. That's funny. Y'all, I think my teeth are more crooked than they used to be. I'm like looking at them and they're like all like wigged out. Oh well, 19 weeks. Let's get the calculator. That's not the calculator. Let's see. Meredith says my Philippians are dusty. I got all that shit removed, all of it. I had a radical hysterectomy. I got them all out. And I never took the hormone replacement. And I don't look, I mean, I did it when I, like in 2008, I was still in my 30s. I mean, and they were like, take hormones. And I never did. Look at my skin and everything looks good. I don't look older. They're like, you'll age. And it's a lie. They just want you to give them money and they want to make you crazy. So you have to take other medications. 19 weeks is when being pregnant is still cute. Yeah. Like when you get to the last stages, it's hard. Oh, I glow. Oh, see, I'm 42 years old. I don't need no hormones. Jaws shrunk so teeth go with it. Huh. Yeah. Yep. Veritas pills, pills, and more pills. Stay on your pills. Stay asleep. Take the medicine. Take this pill and then take another pill for the side effect and go into the hospital. Stay sleeping. Think what we want you to think. That's the way it goes. Okay, 19 weeks. Got Balo. 19. So you're like almost 5 months pregnant. I had to get a calculator. So what happened?
I'm shirtless because Scarab wouldn't do it.
Oh, I'm gonna see. Wait. Oh, it's dark. I can't see you. Turn on the light.
You're gonna you're gonna vomit.
I'm, I'm gonna what?
You're gonna vomit.
No, I won't.
Oh yes, you will. I guarantee it.
No.
Oh no! Come on, lights. Okay. Oh Jesus.
So you said
Sorry it took
remind.
so long.
Oh, no, that's no problem. I figure you're setting up.
No fucking batteries in this goddamn shit. Oh come on, really?
Heron says in the UK they're trying to force hormone replacement drugs on kids. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is something else.
And they're trying to say it's child abuse if you don't let your child transgender. They just want your child to be a Baphomet so bad.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's crazy. Okay, so you said remind me to tell you what happened.
Okay, so well, it's not really that big a thing. But after your
After my internet went down.
yeah, we kept talking, and like we just figured you were gonna show back up at some point, which obviously didn't happen. But I did record some of it, but I think we were probably 10 to 15 minutes uh into continuing before I was like, you know what, this is getting like interesting, and you know
Damn.
everyone's gonna miss it. So I don't know how much I got. I think 25 minutes. and
Wow.
I'll figure out how to like send it to you or whatever, and you could like put it up as a part two or whatever.
I can make you like a contributor on my channel. Like it'll give you power to like post videos on this channel.
Power.
Power. I'm gonna give you the power.
What I mean, whatever's easier. I don't care.
I don't care either. I mean, I know you're not gonna do anything weird.
Really, Martha?
Maybe a little weird.
Exactly. But yeah, it was quite interesting. I mean, I basically said three words because you know he was talking some good shit, dude. And like he thought like for some he was like maybe Martha got mad at me because I talked too much.
No,
I was
no,
like
no.
I was like no way.
No, my internet just like my router just went off. I couldn't reboot it.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. What is this now? Oh, look at that. Supernatural pink and green. I'm not even kidding.
Are you serious?
The lights on the airplane that just went over were pink and green. But anyway. Uh oh, fucking A. All right, yeah, I'm really out of it because I didn't sleep last night. So, two things I want to try. One thing I want to try, another thing I want to tell you. I'm probably at some point gonna get to that weird spot where I'm like way overtired and I'm probably gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you see me like fall asleep, yell or something so I wake back up. But give me a few seconds because I usually go in and out of it a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah,
She'll be warping into another dimension.
yeah. I want to see where it takes me. What the fuck? Oh, all right. So the other thing. Do you have something to say though? Because I don't want to keep talking.
No, Sharkticon's like pink and green, not red and green. No, it's the pink and green phenomenon.
I'm pretty sure it was pink. It's gone now though, so I can't check.
Okay, what were you gonna tell me? I want to hear.
All right. So, did you happen to watch Wendy's latest video?
Mm-mm.
I think it's like roughly 8 minutes long, and I don't
What is it?
know.
Is it about me?
No, 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 no.
Oh, thank God.
It's about that thing from a while back where like something in the 60s. Of course, it was 1969, and it was like some guy talking about how uh, I'll just say the New World Order. I forget what they were calling it then, but we're talking about making Bible changes, and that people aren't going to need religion because of blah blah blah. But they were basically talking about. It sounds to me like they're talking about the effect and how they're going to change the Bible, like they said keywords. Do you remember this whole thing?
No.
Shit. Maybe I should just grab another device and play you the audio because I don't really know the details, and she talks about it. But the whole thing is that she has been saying that there is no Mandela effect, right?
Well, she's saying the Bible's not changing.
She admits it in this video.
Oh,
Well, you know what? I might have that wrong a little bit, but the way she was talking, she was like admitting to the Mandela effect and that the Bible has changed, but I think she might have said something about different versions. I see now I'm all fucked up and can't remember. I'm just gonna get another device and play it. But
okay.
I thought her whole thing was like she said there is no Mandela effect and that she just didn't know her Bible well enough and that the changes weren't real. But she's like basically admitting that it's a thing and that it was planned by somebody or whatever, which could be.
You know, my husband keeps saying that he thinks it's a like a psyop.
I think I mean, that was the first thing I went to in the beginning, and every once in a while I come back to it because
Because we just don't know is the thing.
yeah, yeah,
And at the end of the day, you don't know what it is. But that's the thing. I mean, you know your reality's shifting, but you're not sure why. Like the why is why we're here.
and like even like the land masses and stuff, you know, we don't know how well mind control works or hypnotizing people. Like, we got into this actually. I don't remember if it was while you were still on or not, but I've seen like lots of little stories about a hypnotist will hypnotize a guy, and there's someone standing in front of him, like in between him and the hypnotist, and he sees through that person as if she's not even there talking to the guy.
Yeah, the power of suggestion is very strong. Look at Jimmy Savile. Do you know who I'm talking about? Like Jimmy Savile or Jimmy
I know,
Savile?
I know who it is. I don't know anything about him though.
He's this guy, and he was basically like an Aleister Crowley follower. But he
Okay.
was very famous, and he had access to all these kids. He was molesting kids. He was like would walk into the palace, and nobody would even check him. I mean, he was like really connected, and really he was hypnotizing people because he
That's
was a witch.
yeah.
And that's what I think it is. A lot of this is, you know.
Mm,
I don't
but
know. I think somebody's hypnotizing people. What are you going to get another device?
yeah,
Okay.
like it could be a little bit of everything, but
It's I think it's a bit of everything.
yeah. I, for some reason, I think a big part of it is like deception, though. Like,
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Let me go get a thing. I'll be right back.
Okay. My bun. Sharkticon says the few, the proud, the Mandelites. What a crappy name. Rolls off the tongue like fucktard. I prefer at least jumpers, something nice. Yeah. What about reality shifters? Or like shifters or something. I don't know, something else. I don't know. It just sounds like, I mean, I know their point. They're trying to say it's no different than saying Israelites but an Israelite is somebody from Israel, you know? I don't know. It's like we're not from a region, we're from all over. Theron says he was BBC protected and that's what gave him access to most of these areas. Yeah, but it's like, I was watching this video by I think it was UAP. It might have been Veritas. It was one of them. But they put out this video, I think today, and I watched it, and they were saying as soon as he died, like the spell was broken. And like if you look back over his career, I mean, he would wear like all this symbolic stuff, like on his clothes. He actually even wore like a wizard's outfit many times. He was always like doing the same hand poses. He would say things 3 times in a row, which is like a way to like enchant people. I thought that was a white streak. Oh, my hair's going white, y'all. Hey, Raleigh. Howdy. Oh, what happened with Ocean? Oh, man. Well, Raleigh, listen, if she does do time, please, please, please email me her details. I will write to her because I spent 2.5 years in prison. I know. Okay. I'll put some money on her books or something. Let's see. I'm going to give you my email. Let's see. Gmail. Yeah, I mean, I care, you know. I know it's rough to have to go through legal trouble like that, but please, like, if she gets incarcerated, send me her details. I'll start writing to her. Because when you're in prison, mail is everything. It is everything. A lot of times, for a lot of people, it's their only contact with the outside world. They just want somebody to talk to. You know, just something to read, something that's different than what's in there. It's horrifying. Oh yeah, please, I will write her. You know, might pop some money on her books when I can. You know, I'm not a rich person, but I know what it's like to be in there stuck with nothing but lye soap. Mm-mm. Stuff is awful. Ugh. I remember when I first got to like the big prison from county jail, they wouldn't let you take anything. So they gave me like, well, I went in there, you know, my people put money on my books, but I didn't get it right away. So like the second day I was there, I like rubbed this woman's feet for like half a bar of ivory soap. Okay, I got it. Try to write it down. The kids come in here and take all my freaking pens. But yeah, I copied it. The show he did, listen to the intro song. It's creepy AF. Okay. Ow.
Snoochie boochies.
Ow.
Yeah, it's not weird for a fucking 130-pound fucking dude to be walking around with his shirt off at whatever the fuck time it is.
Yeah. Raleigh, you better delete that message with that number on it, or you'll have a bunch of weirdos calling you.
Like me.
Not just me, but a bunch of other weirdos. Let's see.
Shit.
Ugh.
So yeah,
Hmm.
Guy Fox is going on tomorrow, I guess? Is that what's going on? Does anyone know?
Is it going to be tomorrow?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Hope so. Alright, alright, what am I doing here? Oh yeah. I shit. Ooh.
Love you, Raleigh.
I do too, Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh's a good guy. You're one of the good ones, sir. A scholar and a gentleman.
Hmm.
Oh, that's your call in live chat. Awesome.
For some reason it doesn't like connecting.
Dude, I love my new boss. He's so funny. Like, I don't know. We were just like joking around all day. And oh, you know, want to hear something weird? I met somebody in my real life, I was saying last night, that's Mandela effect. It's a guy I work with. That
Really?
night that I realized he was Mandela affected. Remember, he was saying he had heard of you and he thought you did a Sasquatch channel.
Yeah.
Um, he got sick and he's in the hospital.
What?
Isn't that weird? He's been in the hospital for days.
What happened?
He has some kind of gastrointestinal issue.
Wow.
I don't know. I just thought
Now,
that
how
was
was he
weird.
before?
Huh?
How was he before that happened?
He was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be dead.
Love you, Raleigh. I think he's leaving. That's okay. Oh, I got 16 viewers. Who else in
That's because I
here?
have
Come
a
on,
show.
y'all. Ooh, I don't. I have several shirts on. I have a shrug and this shirt and this shirt. Good night, Raleigh.
Come on with this shit.
My bed's so wonky.
There we go.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
I still gotta find it, but it's connected at least. Oh. I actually recorded it.
Damn, I'm sorry I missed the rest of what Nobleness was saying. But like a lot of the stuff he was saying, I was like, how do you know that's not going on right now? We could all be like in our homes, like connected to virtual reality devices and not remember.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's scary,
I mean, they have the technology to like put thoughts into your mind and, control the masses through media. I mean, what is the difference really?
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing it since we were born, so.
We don't even know if we were really born.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You could pop into reality with like, implanted memories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like fucked up.
This is like the whole thing with the whole spirit swap thing. I tell you for 100% that's what happened to me, but for quite some time I felt like a different person with the same memories as the last one. I don't know how that would even work because it's too hard to fucking explain.
I understand where you're going with it though.
Yeah, it's like, how many times has that happened?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've been alive for 1,000 years, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's the thing. People want to talk about reincarnation. How do you know your consciousness isn't like popped into like random avatars just throughout history or.
Can you repeat that again?
I was like, people want to talk about reincarnation, but how do you know that your consciousness isn't just popped into like different avatars throughout history?
Yeah.
I mean,
did you cut out?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I'm looking at Candy Cupcake. She said, darn, F me, I'll leave the room for 5 minutes and miss you. Tear, like crying.
All right, I'm going to try to do this now, if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to hear.
Okay.
I'm going to open my Coke.
What?
I said I'm going to open my Coke.
Cool.
I know.
So, yeah, along the same lines, though, with, I had, like, a little while ago, let's say a couple months, it's like, I was thinking of it if you take the body as an empty cup, and each time a soul, say, jumps in, that's like a little bit of liquid, and then that soul jumps out, and you pour, say, the liquid back out, but it still leaves a film in there. And maybe that's what just keeps happening. Like, different souls keep jumping in and leaving a little bit of film behind when they jump out. So for some reason, the memories still hold and are transferred to the next soul. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, let me do this thing. Still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, good. Here we go. All right. It's 8 minutes, so here we go.
Okay.
How many of you
I gotta get that. Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
right, shalom, everyone. How many of you have watched the New Order of the Barbarians? Okay, I'm only going to play a very specific clip dealing with religion in the Bible. Okay, but this whole
The Bible,
thing
her, really?
was a little over 4 hours, and so this is the whole thing. This was Dr. Lawrence Dungan, who attended a medical meeting March, I think it says either 26th or 28th in 1969. The speaker was Dr. Richard Day, who told the audience to turn off their recorders and not to take any notes because he was going to tell them what was going on.
I'm telling you, every fucking time you see something, someone's got a Richard name, it's always a weird one. Dick Day? Really? Okay.
Yeah, really.
Back to the video.
To happen. Some of you will think I'm talking about communism. Well, what I'm talking about is much bigger than communism. Okay, well, Dr. Dungan realized how important this message was, and so from my understanding, he took notes on napkins. Okay, now remember, this is back in 1969. I will leave the link to this video because it's going to talk about a lot of things that has already happened. Okay, and this was something that was put into play. They were planning all these things back in 1969. But I haven't played this next part about the Bible for probably at least a year. And if I can today, I'd like to do a live hangout and talk about some of the implications of this, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and just play this section now for you guys. Here we go.
Another area of discussion was religion. This is an avowed atheist speaking. And he said, religion is not necessarily bad. A lot of people seem to need religion with its mysteries and rituals, so they will have religion. But the major religions of today have to be changed because they are not compatible with the changes to come. The old religions will have to go, especially Christianity. Once the Roman Catholic Church is brought down, the rest of Christianity will follow easily. Then a new religion can be accepted for use all over the world. It will incorporate something from all of the old ones to make it more easy for people to accept it and feel at home in it. Most people won't be too concerned with religion. They will realize that they don't need it. In order to do this, the Bible will be changed. It will be rewritten to fit the new religion. Gradually, key words will be replaced with new words having various shades of meaning. Then the meaning attached to the new word can be close to the old word, and as time goes on, other shades of meaning of that word can be emphasized, and then gradually that word replaced with another word. I don't know if I'm making that clear, but the idea is that everything in Scripture need not be rewritten, just key words replaced by other words, and the variability in meaning attached to any word can be a tool to change the entire meaning of Scripture and therefore make it acceptable to this new religion. Most people won't know the difference, and this was another one of the times where he said the few who do notice the difference won't be enough to matter. Then followed one of the most surprising statements of the whole presentation. He said, some of you probably think the churches won't stand for this. And he went on to say, the churches will help us. There was no elaboration on this. It was unclear just what he had in mind when he said the churches will help us. In retrospect, I think some of us now can understand what he might have been at that time. I recall then only of thinking, no, they won't, and remembering our Lord's words where he said to Peter, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. So, yes, some people in the churches might help, and in the subsequent 20 years, we've seen how some people in churches have helped. But we also know that our Lord's words will stand, and the gates of hell will not prevail. Another area of discussion was education, and
okay. So, what were they talking about? Well, obviously, different Bible translations. Okay, that's first and foremost.
That's not what they're talking about.
But since
they might be, but like, I just love how it's fact because she says it is.
Well,
All right,
yeah,
there's a little bit more. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's like they're talking about like once the Roman Catholic Church falls and people start to fall away from religion, they'll just take it and revamp it. Mm-hmm. They're not talking about the Mandela effect. But anyway, world according to Wendy.
Yeah.
All of, what was recorded, this whole presentation, we already see much of it has already come to pass. Okay. And this was plans to do various things before it was even like mainstream. Okay. And so, yeah, the elites of the world have, kind of shaped the way society is going. Well, what if back in 1969 there was a concept, kind of created, talking about quantum effects, and we're going to do things in such a way that people will believe that buildings have vanished, people have changed timelines, and that Bibles will have magically changed on shelves.
What?
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see the Mandela effect having been created, half a century ago, quarter of a century ago. Because if you do some research on this, you see that doesn't even get put into practice for like maybe 25, 30 years into the future. Okay. It's very, very possible and plausible that what we know to be the Mandela effect today, that it was all concocted years and years and years
She said cock.
So that's basically, I just wanted to do a short video. If I can, I'd like to get on a live stream hangout and talk about this a little bit more. But I'll go ahead and close this out. I'll leave the link to those of you who want to watch.
Please do close it.
The whole almost 4.5 hours to see.
Shut up, Wendy.
Other things that
shut up.
That he.
Okay. I do want to watch that whole thing one of these days, but
I see where she's trying to go, but that doesn't stand up. Like that's not what that guy was talking about, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, she's thick as a brick.
Yeah.
Like, she's just she's trying so hard to justify that there are changes.
Yeah, like this is the whole thing about that clip. So according to her, is there changes or not? Because I could swear up until I heard this, she was just saying that there are none with the Bible.
Right.
And she kind of just said there are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Because I'm very
She
tired.
alluded. Yeah, she alluded to the fact that there were.
Okay, good.
So she's admitting there's a change.
Yep.
Because you can't have it both ways.
Right. That's all right. I'm glad that I sort of picked that up right then, because I was like, am I just something must be lost in translation, because she wouldn't just admit that like that. Plug this fucking again. I'm getting tired of these fucking phones with their batteries.
And Poppy's saying her argument is that the changes were orchestrated and planned. Yeah, but that's not even what even the guy was talking about. He was saying, in the future, when the Catholic Church falls, then we'll have a one world religion, which is something they've been trying to put into play for years. And then they'd have like and I've even studied this, like, they're talking about like having a one world religion where they incorporate all religions into one and they like kind of rewrite everything. And that's what the guy's talking about. He's not talking about the Mandela effect.
Well, that could be incorporated into it. Like, I don't think
it could, I guess. Yeah, but she's trying to justify changes that she says she doesn't see.
Yeah, very odd.
Bye, Claire. Love you.
Bye, Claire.
Kiss that little baby for me. And rub your belly.
Yeah. Shit.
I got the cutest yarn for her baby. I bought it the other day. It's like this. Yeah, let me see. I got this one, and then I have like a dark blue that matches. But yeah, like it's this yarn. It's like all multicolored. Here, I'll make myself big. But yeah, it's like all multicolored. And then this one's like white and it's got sparkles in it.
Sparkly.
Ooh, it's sparkly. I'm excited. I saw this pattern for like this kind of like round baby blanket, and then you make all these little sparkle stars and like applique them to it. It's gonna be cute.
Neat.
Give me something to do. Candy Cupcake says, "Excuse me, MJ, but Wendy is my BFF."
Dang.
No, I don't think so. Poppy said, "Is she having a boy?" No, I think she's having a girl. But the blanket is like a starry night, is what the pattern's called. And you have to have like all this blue. It's like blue and purpley and teal. So Joanna says, "I guess I don't know who Wendy is. You're lucky." I went on her live stream and we had a really nice conversation, and then she was mean to me. That's who Wendy is.
We were mean to each other, but she pre-planned her like attack.
Yeah.
That's what makes it weird.
Well, and I was just trying to get on there, and talk to her just so I could judge for myself. Like, is she a good person? Is she a bad person? Because people were talking shit about her. So I wanted to meet her for myself. And I was kind of like nervous going on there. And because of, I just am what I am. And I knew she probably wouldn't like me very much. But I figured she'd probably watch some of my videos. And, if she didn't like me, she wouldn't have said okay. Yeah. And then I go on there, and then all of a sudden she has a problem with who I am when the videos are out there. It's not like I was trying to hide or
right.
Whatever.
And I'll tell you, I'm very naive because I thought I saw a little, how do you even put the like fences being mended. It seemed like, we might be able to actually have conversations with these people and not, kill each other. And then it had to be like, a shit storm afterwards.
Yeah, I thought that I was like building a bridge, but
yeah. And
oh, well.
Did I tell you I fucking I went and I apologized to her. Like, I left a couple messages about it. I was like, I apologize for, the awful things I said, blah, blah, blah. And she never even responded or anything.
Yeah. Oh, well. I think she's forgotten all about me anyway. That's all right.
I don't know.
Oh, Poppy, hugs to you too. All I can say about Wendy is bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. And since she's from California, she don't even know what that means. Hey, alone one, the chatter crew. I like how you say that every time.
Where's the lone one? There she is.
Fizzy Pop. What's poppin', Fizzy Pop?
Busy. You gotta get that dude to take his shirt off. You know, I got my shirt off tonight because he won't do it.
Yeah, you got your like camera up to here because you don't want anybody to see.
Huh?
You got your camera like up to here so nobody can see you.
Oh, shit. I told you I'm gonna vomit. See? Woo. Nipples and everything.
Oh,
actually,
Lord.
I could show you my the tattoo I have of an ex-girlfriend's initials, which just happened to be my current's initials, so I got very lucky.
Oh my goodness, that was lucky.
Yeah, I'll say. So
Poppy said,
think
"Okay."
I would get? Yeah, right. Fucking. Where would you think I would get a tattoo like that?
Probably under your nipple, like on the side here.
No, over your heart.
Oh,
right?
That's nice. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, where was our heart back then?
On the left.
Right. So I'm gonna show you the left. I don't know if this is still fucking mirrored or whatever, but this is where it was. And I can't even see what you can see. So.
Where's your little light?
All right, so it was there.
Oh, okay.
It's on the right side. Why would it be on the right side?
Oh.
Because we're mirrored.
Huh. Oh, so that when she hugs you, it's over her heart?
No. Because it's in the center now. It's just
Joanna said butt cheeks. That's where you would get butt cheeks.
No. That's where I got Life Matrix tattooed on my butt cheeks.
Theron, where is the Book of Lilith? Is that something I can read online? Because I want to tell you that that's like a Mandela effect for me. I thought for sure Lilith was mentioned in the Good News Bible, and then now it's not there. I mean, maybe I was reading something else, but I thought for sure, but I could be wrong. Book of Lilith. I'm going to look that up. Okay.
Are there any other books that are new besides, like, I mean, again, you know I don't know shit, but I know I've never heard of the Book of Adam and Eve before, and I've never heard of the other books of Enoch.
Well, I knew there was more than one book of Enoch, but it's like referenced in the Bible, but it was never in. Well, it may have been at one time. That's a debate.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like when they were trying to put together the Bible, it was excluded. But the Gnostics picked it up, and I mean, there's lots of Gnostic. Like if you just look up Nag Hammadi, it's got all that shit. And then look up Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's got all
everything. Uh-oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you cut out. Does that thing have all the books that were taken out?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they're hidden books. It's like stuff that they didn't want included, and a lot of like religious groups at the time still read that stuff. It was like widely read as kind of a companions to the Bible. And they tried really hard to get rid of it, but people buried it and it was uncovered.
That's amazing.
There was a monk that was buried with like some of it. Not the Nag Hammadi, but was buried with some writings that were excluded from the Bible just because he, loved them so much.
Yeah, it's I can't see like why that's not pretty much the biggest thing talked about with the Bible. Like, is it like am I mental?
What?
Why would that be okay to take the books out? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, they were trying, like, a lot of the books are like repeats of what's already in the Bible. So they said, well, let's consolidate it. And then anything they felt like they couldn't back up through other scriptures, they just left it out. That's why they did that. That's why they did it like that. But then, like when Christianity started to become like really incorporated and spread, and they started using it as a tool of control, they tried to get rid of these people because they were teaching stuff like, Jesus is inside of you, like God is, you can make that connection inside of you, like you don't need a church, it was that kind of radical thinking that got them, killed, and they were labeled heretics, and a lot of the writings were destroyed, and people started burying them so that they would survive, and then they've been unearthed. Because every time you find these ancient writings, they're always like in clay jars, or they're like hidden in a cave, or in amongst, coffin.
Yeah.
So at one time, it seems like it was not good to have them. Like, you weren't supposed to have that. So
that tells me that they're probably very important and full of truth.
And they don't change. Just like I was trying to tell Brian McFarlane that they still have wineskins. Like, I think it's the Book of Thomas. It's one of them. It still says wineskins and not bottles.
I tell you, if there's one book that always pops up in conversation, it's the Thomas one.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, the words of Jesus are just so powerful and beautiful.
Yeah.
Very forgiving, like very, you could tell that's the way he really was. And Thomas is rumored to be his brother.
No
that's
shit.
That's another reason. The Catholic Church doesn't like the notion that Mary had a family and other kids. They want to keep her virginal her whole life, which isn't plausible, really. Hey, Scarab, he said, I don't want to take the blame for people broadcasting naked. He's shirtless. He's shirtless in honor of you, Scarab.
True.
He said, there is that Dan, Scarab Performance, getting all of us to broadcast nude, that evil beetle. That's funny. What's up, Scarab? What's up? We're just talking about ancient writings and all kinds of crazy shit. And we curse in here. I'm sorry. We're just ourselves. We say whatever we want.
It's a shame. The shame you weren't here a few minutes ago. I played that. I tried to post it in your chat. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I played Wendy's latest video. It's like 8 minutes long. She kind of, Martha, you explained. She kind of admitted to the Mandela effect now, and that the Bible has changed.
Yeah, she was saying that, in 1969, she was like playing this recording of this guy, and he was basically saying, that in the future, once the Catholic Church falls, they will sit there and, try to make like a one world religion, like incorporate all the religions into one and change the text. Well, she kind of like just took it and ran with it and was all like, maybe that's why, that's what the Mandela effect is, like them trying to change the Bible. So she's basically saying that the Bible has changed. So there you go. You can't have both ways, Wendy Mitchell, whatever your name is. I keep calling her Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Because every time I think of Wendy, I think of Wendy Williams. But whatever, her name's Wendy Mitchell.
That's a creepy lady too, eh?
My husband thinks she's a tranny.
Yeah, I think so too.
He thinks everyone in Hollywood is transgendered or something. He's on that kick. He's on that side of YouTube.
I don't think he's on. You know what? Before I forget, the other thing, I think it was a few days ago. E-Man went on Wendy's chat, and he was pointing out a very bizarre change. I couldn't tell you where it was, but it said something about instead of advice, someone giving advice, it said advertise, and E-Man was like, "Are you telling me that's the way it was?" And she was like, "Well, what makes you think? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with?" Because advertise made absolutely no sense in the context it was in, but they were trying to make it as if it's perfectly fine. Oh, we just need to find out what advertisement back in that time. And it was like, wow, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. I don't know. We had Nobleness D in here last night, but he my internet went down. So go figure. I sent him an invite for this one, but he hasn't popped in yet.
Yeah.
Theron says, can lizards be transgender even if they live in Hollywood? I don't know. I'll ask my husband. He likes to watch all that stuff. He watches channels like Kenanigan and
Yeah.
like Pockets of the Future, and I don't know. It's funny.
Tell you, I like that Enter the Stars guy.
Yes, Enter the Stars is an amazing channel, y'all. If y'all haven't looked at that channel, you've got to. It's just, that's right up my alley. And like, you know, he likes to watch Russian Vids. And he is back, y'all. Look up Russian Vids Archive.
He's the best.
That's a good channel. Yes, he's the best.
They love
He's the reason
mock.
they love to mock. I love the way he speaks.
Yeah. There was something else.
And he'll be like, Bill Clinton equals 33. There you go, folks. He changed his name.
Quotes that I like from. Oh man, I'm so fucking tired.
Yes, Scare Performance. Have you seen the Cats with Wings? We were looking at them last night. What in the world? Cats with Wings, y'all. It's real.
I should show you. There's a video. I should show you a picture of that video game I was telling you the other day. Okay.
Oh, Scare Performance said I just showed them on the show tonight, the Cats with Wings. Those things are bizarre. Yeah, I was showing them on here last night. Somebody, I forgot, I think it was like Mandela Mile. Was it Mandela Mile that told me about them? It was somebody. I just pulled up the pictures. It's funny how we all find the same crap at the same time. To me, that's just bizarre.
It's all a program.
Yeah. My husband thinks it's all a psyop. Like we're being programmed. Like even this is a program. I'm like,
Yep.
ugh, I don't want to think about that. I mean, I've been, seeing this stuff most of my life. I started seeing things alter like when I was in second grade. Isn't
that crazy?
It is crazy. I mean, I didn't understand what it was, but it's crazy to think about. Because, you just write it off. People explain it away to you, and you're like, okay. And then years later, you realize you're not the only one. And it's just, once you realize that there are other people who see the same things you do, it's like you can't go back from that.
Yep. Can't find a good picture.
Scarab says, honestly, they look like they need some serious brushing. They actually say that there is bone in there. This is stuff we were looking at last night, that it was actually bony. And that they do it because female cats seem interested in them because they have those bony appendages.
All right, well, here's a picture. It's just a drawing from the video. Come on. A video game called Lunar. There you go.
Cats with wings, y'all. Even in anime, it is infected everywhere.
It's from like the late 80s, early 90s, or mid 90s, maybe.
Sharkticon thinks that we're all going to grow wings. That's why our spines look so freaky.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Dude, the human spine, like, to me, that is just like, I just can't believe that. We just look like reptiles. No, see, that's the thing. Well, yeah, maybe so, because, like, me and Delamile mentioned it, and then I looked, and it gets passed around like a joint at Wendy's house. Ooh, need to hang out with Wendy. Maybe one day I'll smoke again in Colorado where it's legal.
Like, what was the other thing I wanted to show you?
I don't know.
Fuck. It's probably on the phone that I'm streaming from. It's probably not even that important anyway. Fuck it. Shit.
She can't ban you now, Scarab. Can't ban a moderator.
Have you noticed there's a lot less stars lately?
I mean, where I am, I see them. Like,
Is
when
it
I
still a lot?
well, it's just like, the lights and stuff block them out, and then all the clouding all the time. But there are areas here, like I go and there's not a lot of lights. Like when I go over the reservoir every night, and I can see them.
If you were to take a guess at how many in your just general area, would you say it's in the hundreds or less or more?
What, stars?
Yeah.
Oh, thousands. Like as many stars as there are people.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm telling you.
I mean, I see loads of stars, and I always see the Big Dipper and all that stuff. There's loads of them.
Some nights I can see that, but like lately, I'm telling you, I could probably less than 20.
Well, see, yeah, like when I get in my neighborhood, I can't see hardly any. But like when I'm crossing the reservoir or like in an area where there's like when we go to Poplarville, you can see every star.
Okay.
Just depends on where you are. Because, I live in, I have, there's a lot of rural areas around me. Yeah. So when I drive through those, I can see them.
Well, it's good to know they're there because I can't see shit.
Joanna Williams has been seeing energy waves in the sky with my bare eyes now. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like upper atmosphere. It looks like lightning, but there's never rain. Or there will be like brief showers, but it's a lot of lightning, a lot of electricity in the atmosphere. There are no stars in Texas. Go out into the desert. where there are no lights. You'll see stars. Like when we go to Poplarville, there's no lights. It's like out in the middle of the woods. And I mean, you can see every star. It's beautiful. I think We Are the Stars Scarab performance. Except for the planets.
What about the little swimmy sperm firecrackers?
I don't know. I haven't been seeing those.
I can't remember who I was
I
talking
saw
to.
that video though. That was crazy. You think who?
What video?
Didn't you put out a video about you said it was like fireworks? Like is it fireworks maybe?
Oh, no. Yeah, that was something different. There's these weird little I really don't even know how to explain it, but like say you know how in Back to the Future the flux capacitor, like the lights at the same time, it's like three just keep pulsing.
Yeah.
Well, think of it like that, but they're like tiny little specks of like light, like a grain of sand, and they just keep exploding and like swimming around like sperm in the sky. I don't know what the fuck causes it or what, but I think it's just something that's always there. And some people can see it. I could swear Cupie said she saw it.
No, I haven't seen that.
I don't know. I got the another weird thing today.
Mhm.
Lisa Harrison was talking about it like quite a while ago. You'll be inside and you'll feel like a mist of like water droplets come from nowhere, and it's not water droplets. It's just you get the feeling of getting hit with it. I was getting that today a few times. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know. I get mists of like butter when I'm cooking at work, but that's about it. Hey, Scarab, they were if you talk to Dark Wolf, like Dark Wolf's Den, he's in an area of Colorado where they don't allow any kind of like light pollution or things like that, and he says he can see all the stars too. Where he is, you got to ask Suso, talk to him because he's up in Colorado. He's up in the mountains. Mandela camp out. Let's all go to Colorado and smoke a weed.
I'll
Go
be
after November. You'll be there?
No, I'll be in where I thought it was, near Canada. You guys will be in where it is now.
How far away is Colorado from you?
Oof. 30 some odd hours, I think.
Ooh.
Roughly.
The Scarab says, "Yeah, I'm going to visit Suso." Yeah, I would meet up with him. He is so cool. I would love to talk to him face to face. Because he and I think a lot of the same things. He always says what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm not too far away, but did I what?
Read his book?
No, I've never gotten it. Have you?
No, I'm interested too, but
He said he was going to send it to me, but he didn't.
Ooh.
Mm.
By the way, Poppy and Joanna, they know what the hell I'm talking about with the lights, like little spark.
Little sparkles. Scared Performance says wait for the audiobook. From what I understand, it's a really easy read. Like it's not, you know, it's not like reading Gone with the Wind or something.
Oh, that's right. He started reading the audiobook.
The audiobook? Wait for the audio. Oh, is he actually doing an audiobook? I thought he was joking.
Oh, was he? I don't know. Scarab, are you really doing that, or was that a joke or something? Because I saw like part 1 or something, and I think I listened for a few minutes. I don't remember. What the hell is this?
What? Oh, I used to love that book, Pokey the Little Puppy.
Never.
Oh, I got a Pokey Little Puppy. You don't remember that it was a Golden Book? Remember the Golden Book series?
Yeah.
It was a Golden Book. I used to love that book.
I think my favorite book as a kid was something called A Small Pig. Did you ever hear that one? Huh?
No, I've never heard of The Small Pig.
Well, actually, no, not just small. Shit, it probably is the now, but you should check it out. It's a cute little book.
I used to love a book called The Flying Pig, and then like Bedtime for Francis. That was one of my most favorite books as a kid.
Never heard of it. And where the hell's Svetlana? She texted me earlier, and I didn't see it till I was hopping on.
I don't know.
Bullshit.
What, she said she was going to come on?
No, I didn't even read the thing.
No, it's Pokey, like Pokie, right? Oh, it's my man. You fucking serious with that? Oh, I met this girl today. Well, I didn't meet her, but she's a waiter at the place I work, and she's all up in the window talking to me or whatever. And I don't know. She was talking about conspiracy theories or whatever, and so I asked her a couple questions like about the Kennedy assassination and whatever. So she got them all right, according to me, according to what I remember. And then I told her what they were now, and she's like, "Oh, is that the Mandela effect?" But she didn't know like the basic things, like, like not Cinderella, but Snow White and Forrest Gump. Like she had never heard any of those. It was really strange, yeah. And then she started acting. She was like weird the rest of the shift. Stop it, Abby! You're hurting me. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Oh, you still have Bedtime for Francis? I love that book.
It's not for sale, Francis.
Oh, yeah, that was Tea Time for Francis.
Tea time?
When she wouldn't sell her tea set.
No. I'm talking about Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, well, that's actually a line for one of the Francis books.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
That's weird. Oh, okay, he's got it. Stop it, Abby. You're hurting me. The Pocky Little Puppy. That makes me really mad.
Doesn't that fuck you up when it fucks your childhood favorite things?
I don't even remember him looking like that either. I never remember it was Pokey the little puppy, I thought.
Hmm.
And his eyes, he had big eyes. He didn't have little dot eyes.
Well, you Mandelites always think that your memory is so perfect. Why can't you admit you're wrong?
I mean, I guess I could be wrong.
Hmm.
I don't know. I remember Pokey the puppy being like, having bigger eyes.
They
Yeah,
better not
Pokey.
fuck with Gumby.
They probably have. Remember Mr. Bill?
You just cut out.
I said, do you remember Mr. Bill?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is this?
Why? What happened with Mr. Bill?
I'm just saying. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. I don't even remember it. I don't even remember. That's so crazy. I'll have to watch that later. Oh, you did a video on it? See, and that's another thing. Like, I should have seen that, but I didn't. How long ago was that? Hush, Abby. You see, like last year, I would have seen that. Oh, wow. Oh, you better not chew on my desk. Are you crazy? First, sit down. Sit down and be good. No, I don't think it's a. I don't think it's a thing about notifications. It's like for instance, there's a lot of videos like I'll see, and I've already seen them, but they're new. That happens to me a lot. Look at this dog. Look at her. What do you want, Abby? What? What you want? Huh? Look, we have boxes of flooring in the background. We're still redoing our house.
Yes.
Joe is just like stopped, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm so tired of it being like this." And I'm like, "Do the fucking floor then."
Damn.
Hush, hush. Here, I'll scratch your butt. Be quiet.
I'd be right back and go get a drinky. You want anything?
Yes, I'd like a Coke, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Romper Room was a scary show. We were looking at pictures of it not that long ago. It's really bizarre. Sorry, y'all. I worked a double today. Oh. And then the guy that's in the hospital wasn't there, so I was like the saute chef plus like a fry cook all night. So that was fun, running back and forth. Every child's name they said they were trying to steal your soul. Probably. It's probably some kind of witchcraft going on. Ow. The dog scratched me up. No, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, all of the things you see on television, like the popular culture things are, spells, and they're trying to like program you to think certain things to keep you like fearful and consuming. And that's why I walked away from television in 2001. I didn't want my kids to grow up like that. So And they don't watch it. They still don't watch it. They don't have any interest in it. You know, I raised them like painting and, you know, gardening and just doing different activities instead of sitting in front of the TV. Because I inherently knew it was bad. You can hear crickets in the background from Scott Balo's channel. I mean, from his stream or camera. I'm tired. What is that from, Alone One? I agree, Theron. Night TV is crap that rots the brain. And besides, like, remember that picture of that lady? She was like taking a selfie of herself and she caught like kill or something on her television. Raleigh, I thought you were going to bed. You just can't stay away. This from Pee Wee's Playhouse. Scarab says, I remember a kid's show where the kids ate happy pancakes. Totally innocent, I thought, but when you look back on that, what the hell were those kids eating? Probably like hits of acid. I like pancakes with Valium or something. I'm sure it was a drug reference. There was a lot of shows with like drug references in it. And you don't see it, or like sexual references. It's like, you know, if you have a child, I mean, that's going to like lodge into their subconscious. The little jokes they think, you know, oh, they're putting that in for the parents. No, you're putting that in for future programming. There were a lot of spirals and colors. Yeah, it had to be acid. What? No. This dog. Yeah. I mean, it's still like that, though. It's just in a different setting. All right, Raleigh. I will check my email. Remember when I called your show? My dog was barking in the background. You had to mute me. I know, right? It is kind of shocking, especially when you think of, you know, back. I don't know how y'all's childhood was, but when you think back on everything you went through. When I was a kid, I mean, my mom would just be like, be home before dark. And there's no way I would let my daughters walk down the street or get on their bikes and just go somewhere and I didn't know where they were going. Were the flower children mind controlled? I don't know. I wasn't there. In the Night Garden was an LSD show full of subliminal propaganda. I contend that everything on television, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, think about the frames per second, like, you know, how TVs transmit so many frames per second. I mean, the human eye can only see, like, I think up to 60. And if it's, you know, most new televisions will sit there and transmit more than that. Why do you need that? You know, are they hiding things in there? Poppy said my parents let us run around like that. Oh, yeah. Why is Blue's Clues the worst? Blue's Clues is just mindless garbage. And notice, like, it's like they say things 3 times, like think. There's a reason things are in 3s. Because humans like things in 3s. Think about the Trinity. Think about, you know, God, you know, Mary and Jesus. Think about, I mean, there's always things in 3s. Yeah, SpongeBob is garbage. And it's, you know, it's full of like hidden you know, sexual stuff. Kids aren't prepared for that. Swipe or no swiping. Yeah. Swiped, no swiping. I hope that's not what it is now. If it is, that's a Mandela effect. Alone One says, my parents' theory was to keep us busy so we didn't get into any devilment. Idle hands are tools of the devil. As they called it, mow the yard, carry firewood. Well, I mean, there's some truth to that. You know, our daughters do chores and all that stuff, you know. Scarab says, my sister did a paper on in school. It was totally programming with repetition and screen, seeing changes that have been linked to autism. That's interesting. I'd see, and I don't think it's an accident that, you know, there's such a rise in autism. I mean, I tend to think, you know, it's all the metals in the ground, like not good metals too, like all the aluminum. And what if aluminum in our diet and, you know, in our atmosphere is causing cases of autism? Because really, if you think about it, what you put into your body now is affecting, like if you're of childbearing age, what you put into your body now is affecting your grandchildren even. Because when you have a baby inside of you, her eggs are developing, all the eggs she'll ever have will develop inside of her as she grows. Therefore, you're affecting your grandchild. You know? Poppy says, my son has autism. He didn't watch TV hardly at all. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the food. I think it's, I mean, just personally, I don't have any proof, but I think it's all of the food, you know, like even if you go and buy like fresh fruits and vegetables or whatever, it's in the soil, it's in the air. Like what, you can't get away from it really. The only thing you can do, in my opinion, is to intake colloidal silver and gold. I do it every day, and copper. Because if your body gets enough copper, gold, silver, it's not good, because it will use aluminum. Your body does need metals. So that's why I intake those, and it stopped my autoimmune disorders. You know, I think the metals stopped it, because I think aluminum causes autoimmune disorders as well. Laurel Canyon story? What is that? Hey, Bling Laden. Weird Scenes in Laurel Canyon book by David McGowan explains how the late 60s music hippie scene had a lot of military mind control links. Yeah. Well, see, I mean, you know, they might be, you know, our consciousness might be able to be used like while we're sleeping, or, I mean, you just don't know. That's the thing. Once you realize you've been lied to all of your life, like, anything's possible.
Oh, hello.
Oh, your sister is an RN. Let's see. Hey, what's up?
Oh, man.
What did you go off and do? Oh, thanks for bringing me my drink.
Ooh, shit, sorry. I'll be right back.
Crazy ass.
Fucking no coffee. Bullshit.
Ooh, Scared Performance says, that's why Mandela people do not sleep at night. The programming happens at 3 a.m. You know, 3 a.m. is also the anti-hour, because, you know, it's a long-held tradition that Jesus died at 3 p.m. That's the moment of his death. So even on Easter, like, Catholics observe 3 p.m., like we stop and say a prayer and have a moment of silence during that time. And
really?
So when I used to practice Catholicism, because we considered that the time of his death. So that's why, like, when you watch all of these, like ghost hunting shows and whatever, the activity is always the highest at 3 a.m. And he's saying that's when they do the programming. And see, people who are Mandela affected can't sleep at night.
Now, is it 3 a.m. or 3:33 a.m.?
No, it's just 3 a.m.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's called the anti-hour because it's like a mockery of Jesus' death on the cross. So I think that's interesting, though.
Yeah, it is.
I love you, Alone One. Yeah, it's just like, see, I don't even like hashtag my videos. Like, you have to kind of know it's going on. It's not really searchable. I like it that way. Yeah, from 3 to 4 for that hour, it's very interesting. And see, during that time, I mean, I know that it's probably futile, but during that time, like when I go to bed, when I leave my live stream at night, like I turn my Wi-Fi off. I turn my router off. I turn my phone off. My husband comes home and turns my phone back on and puts an alarm on because I don't like it on when I'm sleeping. Hey, Suso, you silver fox.
There he
What
is.
are you doing? There he is. We were just talking about your book and how awesome you are. You could hear me thinking about you.
I like the video when he was talking about some asshole came into the bar and he just immediately was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yes, and see, my patience has been thin lately.
Yeah,
I just don't have any patience for the bullshit anymore. And it's like when you were saying in your video, like the truth is like you can just see the truth. Like I can just tell when people are full of shit. And like the truth just reveals itself. Like people can't lie to me anymore, really.
it's getting a lot easier.
It's getting so much easier.
And also, Suso, I'm a mama's boy too, so I
Oh,
also have been in touch with my feminine side pretty much my whole life too. No shame, brother, no shame.
thank you for putting all your stuff out there, Suso. It means a lot to me. I look forward to your videos.
Word.
Abby won't start. You're about to go in that kennel, Abby. No, ma'am, you're being loud.
Oh, man. Ooh. Fuck. Seriously, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I gotta go. I forgot I have Reese's in there.
And a drink. Don't forget a drink.
I'll bring your drink this time.
Look, I supernaturally have it. It's what I do. So cool. I look forward to bookmarks, but we won't go there. I don't know what that means. That's like something secret between y'all, I guess. Ooh, what are you talking about, Alone One? Oh, Alone One, are you talking about like in the middle of the night? It says there are times during that time that I can actually hear a sound like a machine pulsating hum. Yeah. And what's up with airplanes now? I live close to the Nashville airport. I would see planes, but no sound. Now it sounds like they're flying right over the house. Ooh. Maybe the dome's getting smaller. Just a thought. I don't know that for sure. Oh, it's code. All right, whatever. Oh, Raleigh. So you can't stay away. You love me. Y'all, somebody, I think it was Dark Wolf, saw Candy Cupcake's like profile picture, and then she came on my live stream and was like actually live. And he was saying, "Oh, I thought your picture was like a picture you got off a line because she's so beautiful." He didn't even think that was a real picture of her.
Candida is adorable.
And she's a beautiful lady. She really keeps herself up. She's not like me. I don't give a shit anymore.
Oh, stop. You keep yourself up.
Well, sometimes. But like right now, it's like today I worked a double. I cooked for rich people all day long. So I don't wear makeup when I do that. I come home, wash my face, and see. So PayPal gets you one signed, otherwise Amazon. Oh, I want a signed one. Post a link to buy your book, Suso.
Yeah,
So everybody can buy one. I'll have to see if I have enough money. I'm always broke. Oh, as you wish. All right, did you get your Coke? Did you get your drink?
Huh?
Did you get your drink in your Reese's cup?
Mm-hmm. Love me some Reese's.
I think all I ate today was like some hummus and pita. That was it. I think I had a piece of bacon earlier after I cooked bacon at work. I had to try it. That's one thing too, like cooking, like I'm tasting stuff all night. So, like to make sure I put enough salt. Like we keep like I keep a big cup of spoons. And as I go, like I'll taste it to make sure and just throw the spoon away or throw it, in the wash thing. So I think that makes me not hungry.
I mean, do you eat little bits all day long though?
Well, it's not like a lot of food. I just take the spoon and like dip the back of it into like a sauce and then just taste it like to make sure I put enough salt, like if I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So it goes really fast though.
Did you about I'll say a month to 2 months ago, there was like a week where everybody like started eating like crazy again. Did you get that?
Oh yeah.
That was nuts.
Well, now I can hardly eat.
Yeah, I'm back to that too. Maybe one meal a day, but usually not really. Eating takes up valuable smoking time.
Yeah. Scarab, are you trying to say that Suso's a dirty old man? He's not. He's a silver fox. He's adorable.
I'm a dirty old man.
Yeah, Scotty's a dirty old man. Suso's just so adorable to me. He's just so handsome.
He's mine. Get your
nice
off him.
Okay, you can have him.
That was easy.
You guys are funny. So what did you do today? How was your day?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't really
you don't remember your day?
No.
Oh.
I ate eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I really don't know.
Damn.
I don't do anything. tell you something.
What?
I hope I'm wrong, and it's just like the weirdness of whatever's going on this week. But I have like a weird feeling that pretty much everybody's gonna have a falling out.
What? What do you mean?
Like I think the whole ME24 thing's done. I don't know. It might just be just because of the weirdness, but
What weirdness?
this week with like I don't know the anger and just I'm getting annoyed at pretty much everybody except like you. And
Well, yeah.
fucking Poppy. That's like pretty much it.
What? So you think like you think people are going to start branching out, like alliances are being formed?
Well, I don't even know about like that far. I'm just saying like it feels like the group thing is done. Maybe it's just because nobody's really streaming. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling about it.
Yeah. What happened to like Corey and Axa and?
What do you do?
Yeah, I think the ME24 has definitely lost steam. I mean, you know, I left it a long time ago. I do what the fuck I want. Nobody's going to tell me when I'm going to stream and, you know, that kind of shit.
Well, it's not really like that.
Well, it wasn't like that, but it's just like, I guess the whole thing with Robert Wood, that just sealed the deal for me. I was like, you know, I mean, this guy treated me like shit, and they're all like, oh, he's so awesome. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be a part of that. You know, I felt like his behavior was like condoned in some way. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he's just being him. Like, fuck that.
I
You
didn't
know?
see the whole thing, so but
Well, yeah, I mean, but nothing gives him the right to sit there and speak to me or speak about me like that.
yeah, I don't.
When he was wrong, he had me mistaken with somebody else. You know?
Yeah, that's
You know, and I never got a proper apology, so I'm still kind of butthurt about
I
it.
was just gonna say I thought he did.
Not to me. He never contacted me directly. So, whatevs. That's just one of those things, you know, I can't get over.
I like Robert a lot, but yeah, I know. I mean, no.
I know he's your buddy. I respect that. It's no big deal. But that's the reason I left is him.
Yeah.
He's the reason. He's jerky. Maybe he did. I mean, but I don't know. Poppy's saying he apologized on his channel, I think. I don't think it was much of an apology, personally. You know? I'm from the South, and men just don't talk like that to me. They don't act like that. I'm just not used to being spoken to that way, and I'm not going to stand for it. So.
I mean, if you're talking like that to Wendy, I mean, that's okay. Not to Martha.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the things he said. I mean, he doesn't even know me. And he was sitting there saying that I was like trying to get money from people and that I was a whore.
Don't know me.
And I was cheating on my husband. I mean, you don't say that stuff on the internet when it's not even true. You know? I mean, shame on you. Shame on you for not coming to me and apologizing. I've been married for 20 years, and my husband's the only man I've ever had sex with. You know? And it just really pissed me off.
Cheers to you. That's a beautiful thing.
But anyway.
I'm serious.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going to make my yarn ball so I can crochet a blanket.
Cool.
Alone once said a lot of people felt like there was a prejudice in the ME24 process. You had to meet requirements to be a part of it. Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I'll have to see what. I don't think there's a. I don't know. I thought pretty much you're affected and want to do videos.
Huh? What? Stop it, Abby. What did you say? Oh,
I said
shit.
it's pretty much if you're affected and want to make videos.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody could be a part of the live streaming thing. See what I'm talking about? Aggravated and emotional. I don't know why I'm like that right now. Poppy said I didn't meet any requirements. I just showed up. Well, no, but you were in the Facebook group and all that stuff, you know? So. I miss Corey.
Yeah.
I liked all her. I was getting ready for work. That's what I watched was Corey.
Yeah, she was definitely one of my favorites. I don't know.
Fizzy Pop's crying because you have a shirt on again.
What's she talking about? I had it on all night. You must have shifted.
A shirt on earlier.
Go with the joke.
I can't. My audio is going in and out. Huh.
Yeah. I just figured it was just my shit phone.
No, it's probably my signal. Does it sound better now, Joanna?
Sounds good here.
Ball. That's what I'm sitting here doing. It sounds okay now? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, God, it's 1 a.m.
So should I try to fall asleep?
Should you do what? Try to fall asleep?
Well, do that thing where I'm in between wake and sleep and see if I go anywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
See if you can.
Yeah, finish this candy first.
What are you eating? Like Reese's peanut butter cups?
It's called hold on. Reese's Outrageous, which is funny because it was nutrageous the other day.
Wait, it's called Outrage. It is nutrageous.
Not no more, it ain't.
Rachel. Ashley. I think they're both in.
Can you see it?
Wait, what?
Yep.
Wait. Let me see if I can find that. Let's search that.
Breaking news. Got a big bag of these motherfuckers for $3.
Abby, leave my yarn alone. No, ma'am. Abby, get off my yarn. You're all hooked up. That's not nice. You're a bad little baby. Wait a second. I don't want to
Does
sign
anybody else have like not a fear, but every time you see an O now or any kind of circular thing loops and you want to punch someone in the face?
No.
I do.
Okay, look at this then. Screen share. look, they still have Nutrageous. I mean, is that what it looks like?
No. Well, yeah. It's just a smaller version of it. This says Outrageous.
That's fucked up. Here, wait. Let's get back.
You know, it probably is a different thing because this has like little Reese's Pieces inside of it.
Oh, thank God. But another candy changed.
All right, no more breaking news.
I used to do change one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting, I don't know, annoyed at time loops and shit.
It says Reese's Outrageous Bars coming May 2018.
Oh.
Dude, this is an outrageous.
They're pretty yum. But I like the other ones better.
Yeah, instead of peanuts around, it's got Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm. The fast break ones are the shit.
See, I don't eat that. I mean, I like candy, but I don't know.
I just wish that they were spelt with the C.
Yeah, because it used to be like Reese's.
Mm-hmm.
This E right here was a C, right?
The S, you mean?
Was it the S?
Yeah, from what I remember, now you got me thinking. It was either Reeces
Yeah.
or Reces. I don't know. But there was a C.
I don't know. That's something I'm not sure about.
All you got to do is look up recipes with it, and you'll find a lot of people spelt it with C.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just not a strong memory for me. I don't know. It seems right, like once you say it, but I can't be sure. That's one of those things.
I can actually still see the C on the wrapper.
Really?
Which usually I don't get too good of a image.
Does that happen to you a lot? Like people will say, "Oh, this is a change," but then you can hear it either way, or you can see it either way.
Well, here sometimes there was a big one recently too. Fuck, what was it? Oh, it was the Guy Fawkes's Star Trek one. I was still hearing the Final Frontier.
You see, I could hear whichever one according to what I wanted to hear. Like if I thought about it first, I would hear that one version. If I thought about it the other way, I would hear that version.
Yeah, that's just
It was like it was a Laurel Yanny for me.
Mm-hmm. So what are we doing there? Are we hypnotizing ourselves, or what is it?
I'm not sure. See that things like that make me think, well, and see, like there are some songs where I can't hear the change. I don't ever hear it.
That's
Like
amazing.
I always hear Began to Pray. I don't ever hear the other one.
No shit.
Yeah, I can't hear it for some reason. And this woman was talking, like I think her name is like Abby, leave her alone. I think her name's like Casey Cat or something like that. I'm subscribed to her, but she was saying, you know, what if like the Mandela effect is just us seeing the truth? Like we're the ones who see the truth, or like these changes are truth, like something being unveiled.
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, what if the car always had 6 people? You know, stuff like that. What if it was always the changed way, like their corrections or like an unveiling?
Like I'm actually with you on that for a lot of things, but the JFK one doesn't make sense because of the black and white. Also,
But she was saying, what if it had been altered and now like that alteration is no longer able to be seen? I think that's what she was
ooh,
trying to say.
that's interesting.
It is interesting. I don't know. When she said it though, I was like, whoa, that
My
could be true for some things. I don't know.
yeah.
Like what if like, you know, in all of reality, like, you know, we were seeing things like through some type of spell casting or some type of like hypnotization, if you want to think about it like that. I don't even think that's a word, but
Yeah,
and
whatever.
then you know, we're just able to see through the veil and see it for what it really is.
Yeah, sure is. It's up there with the 8 billion other theories it could be. You know,
Yeah. I mean it's just I saw her and it just got me thinking, like just brainstorming, but I don't know.
whatever fucking hits you, you know, like that is usually there's a reason why it does that little gong to you.
Yeah, there's like it's like there's something underlying that I cannot put my finger on that bothers the shit out of me. I think that's why I do this.
Yeah.
Because there's something off about it. And I just can't put my finger on it. Just like all my life I've known that something was wrong.
You cut out again. Could you repeat that last part?
I'm just saying it's like just like all my life I've known something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Something just doesn't seem right. Joanna says I'm stuck on we ain't in Kansas anymore. Yeah.
We ain't in Kansas. What?
Like that's what Dorothy says in The Wizard of Oz.
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
We ain't in Kansas?
Yeah. Or
No.
we're not in Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just reading what she wrote.
Okay. That would have been weird.
Yeah. I think what the line is like, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. It's been
Shit.
years since I've watched that movie.
Yeah.
That's one of those adaptations that people say,
Yeah.
you know, like a meme or whatever. Joanna says, we somewhere else.
Hell.
Maybe. I don't know. I always return to what if this is purgatory? Like we're in a holding place.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope not. Or I don't know. Do you know? You know, I wish Rain was here. And she was gonna do a little video series on Sheol tartar sauce,
Tartar sauce.
Tartarus. I don't know what they
The
are, but it's like,
continent? The
huh?
continent? Tartarus?
I don't know what it is.
Is it the one where it's that story like the man from Taurus?
No, that's Torred, I think, or something.
Oh, Torrid, yes.
Um, as far as I know, like Tartarus and Sheol is like the land of the dead or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, like that's where we are.
Yeah.
We're waiting for judgment. and this keeps our consciousness busy. And that's why nothing seems real and things are changing. Reality changes because we're in like an kind of an augmented reality, like a holding tank. And all the
Be nice
shit
if
just
they
keeps
made
us busy.
They should have made it a little more pleasant.
Well, it can't be because you're in here. It's like being in prison, like you're in here with all the murderers too.
Great.
You know, it's all the people mixed together. That's the way prison is.
Yeah.
You know, I've said it many times. Like there's a girl that slept next to me that microwaved her baby to death.
That's real.
And she would say it like it was nothing. She'd be like, "Yeah, I microwaved my baby." And I'll be like, "Okay."
Wow.
But that's what
See,
what?
No, you go.
No, I don't know. I'm just rambling.
I was just gonna say, I always wonder about like stories like that. Like, are those just NPCs with crazy ass stories to kind of keep you away from going down that path because it's so fucking out there, or is it like, see, then you think, well, look at all the crap that's apparently going on with baby killings and whatever the fuck the elite do, and
Yeah.
you know a little part of that world, so it's like I can't
I
even
saw
like
all that
that.
stuff, There's a
Yeah,
lot of shit that went on that I saw that I can't talk about. It's just too much. I
yeah,
just can't. I don't go there.
yeah. Please don't.
I know I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm just saying I've seen some horrific shit, and that stuff is real. And people are like, "Oh, that's just bullshit." It's not bullshit, you know. So
I can't. As much as I want to know, I don't want to know.
no, you don't want to know.
No.
And it'll trigger me. It'll make me have nightmares and shit. I don't like talking about
Yeah.
all that gross stuff. Send an invite to Suso. I don't have Suso's email. Try and see the positive. I know. I will try to see the positive. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, what if that's what it is? You better leave my yarn alone, dog. Sorry. Whenever I get yarn, I got to do this. No, ma'am, it's not a game. The yarn, the other part of it's like bouncing around on the ground. She thinks it's like alive.
Oh yeah, good. You get Suso, and then I can try to do my sleep thing.
Ooh, awesome.
All right. Okay. Lights down a little bit. Smoke while I sleep.
No, ma'am. Stop that. You're going to sleep.
Uh-oh.
All right. There we are. I sent it.
Okay. I'm gonna begin. If I don't know, if I snore or something, just yell.
Okay.
And turn this down just a little bit. Where to go? Just out?
Yeah, just try to see what you can see.
If I escape, I ain't coming back.
That's okay. I'll see you. Just leave me 3 pennies
You got it. Deal.
and I'll know you made it. Good night, baby. I love you.
Love you too, mommy.
I've gotten to the end.
Yeah, this feels like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Huh?
This feels like Nightmare on Elm Street. You gotta watch over me, so Freddy don't get me.
I'm gonna watch over you and pull you out if it gets too intense. Sorry, I'm also making yarn balls while we talk.
That's okay.
Other white one. Hand me that white yarn. And hand me that other colored one. Yeah. I'll make yarn balls before I start. No, I'm not doing a crocheting live stream. I'm just making balls while I do this. Love you, boo. Have a good night. Online one says, how fun. Suso is coming in. Is it going to be like Yul Brynner and Deborah Kerr and the King and I don't know. I don't know what that means. Major energy discharge. Would you see something outside? It's so strange. It's like, I think I know what's going on. And then as soon as I start to really form an opinion, it changes. Like I change, my opinion changes. Oh, energy in Scotty's car. Let's look at Scotty while he falls asleep.
What does she mean, energy discharge, though?
I don't know. Maybe she saw a light or something.
I turned some lights off.
I can do you like I used to do my kids and like look at you and just start closing my eyes. Like I used to do that. It makes little babies fall asleep. You stare into their eyes and start closing your own.
Oh, shit.
Joanna said there was white light over your head like lightning. Ooh. Sounds interesting. Wonder if it allows me to rewind in real time. It doesn't. I'm thinking.
That was odd. My phone turned back on, and it was 2:22.
Oh, really? That's neat. Yeah, it's 1:22 here. Okay, go to sleep.
I'm trying.
Wish I had some children's books. I'd read something to you. Oh, I think I might. Let's see. Let's see what I can find. Oh, hey, Brian, at 6:22 there, he says. Hush up, Abs. Hush up, Abby. see what I have. Watch out, Danny. I don't know what happened to my Grimm's fairy tales. This must have taken them. Ooh, Paps. Okay. Are you still sleeping?
Yeah.
Are you out yet?
No, I'm almost there.
You are.
I have to try to fight it. Like, that's why I'm like still smoking and everything. Because if I keep going and like am a little busy, I'll slip without realizing it.
Hey, Suso, what's up?
Hey, somebody got to go to sleep? I give you a quick run.
So what you up to tonight?
Oh, just hanging out with my buddy Dan and Fizzy for a little bit on the phone there.
Oh, that's
Chatting
cool.
with them.
What are y'all on, like Hangouts or
Yeah. Chilling.
Messenger or three-way calling?
That hangout stuff.
That's cool.
Wow, I get an echo. How am I going to get rid of this? Ah, there we are.
Did you get rid of it?
So what's going on with you guys?
Nothing. I'm just making yarn balls, and I do hear an echo still.
You faded in and out. All I heard was balls.
Balls.
Ah, that damn dog. No, we're just,
So what was the
How's
latest
it-
topic? What are you guys talking about?
Huh?
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know if you ever did this thing where that space right before you fall asleep. Did you ever like find yourself somewhere else and then you realize it and you hop back into your body?
Jumping back into my body? Sure. That's happened quite a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's scary. It still scares the shit out of me. That's what wakes me up. When I'm out of my body, that wakes me up, jumping back in. I mean, I'm just like, whoa, boom. As soon as I become aware of it.
So whenever you're aware that you're leaving your body, does it scare you and you think, shit, I got to get back in there?
I don't think anything. I just, it's sort of like, I don't know. If I was conscious of it, I'd stay.
Yeah.
At least to explore or whatever. It's almost not a conscious thing because, I don't know.
Do you think
you find yourself in the
I think what's happening? I think what's happening is I'll be sleeping and I'm just falling asleep. I'm out of my body and I'm realizing it, and it's like no. I'm saying no. I don't want to. I don't know why that is.
Okay, so do you think when you sleep that's what happens?
Yeah, probably. For me, I don't know. Sometimes what is a dream? I mean, I think it's your consciousness. I don't think it has to exit the body, but I think it's probably going where it actually is. I don't think it's actually in the body.
Right.
So so it's probably a dream, lucid dream, lucid dreams. I had one. It was amazing. I don't know why I can't. I do know why I can't get back to that.
Why?
Because of this. This is what's stopping me from remembering my dreams, from recalling my dreams, and from lucid dreaming. So,
well, why don't you put it down then?
The store is like on the corner. This is my natural state. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm not high all the time. I almost use it medicinally.
Yeah.
I say almost. I came to Colorado. I was like, what? This does what? And I have actually learned a lot of stuff about it. I don't smoke like I did when it was recreational, when it was just like, cool, it's illegal and I want to get high. Let me buy a bag. I was smoking all the time.
Yeah.
But now, no, not so much. Plus, with the job I got, it's a little bit more responsibility. So I kind of got to be careful. But it is convenient. It's right there. If I'm in some pain, I get a CBD. You want to sleep, get a CBN. Want to wake up, get a.
Do you think it's the CBD stops it too?
I know it does.
Really?
Oh, the dreaming. No, I think it's I don't think the CBD probably stops me recalling dreams, because I'm still dreaming. I know I'm dreaming. I just don't recall them. It's like what was that about? I know it was something. I just don't know what.
Right.
I'll bet it's the THC. I'll bet it's not CBD. It could be, but that's my guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The THC. It's not that I'm not dreaming, and I have been remembering some. And when I do remember them, they're real. And you're right. Why not put it down? That's going to happen. I'm not concerned. Probably why I'm talking openly about it, because I know it's going to happen. It was one of the things I was supposed to put down when I did my little monthly experiment, where I just cut everything out at once, and it totally blew up. I mean, it was not going to happen. The weed was the one constant that did not. It was like everything else was gone, and there was some there, and I'm like, well, I'll wait till tomorrow morning, and I'll stop then, And then I just realized quickly that I needed some meat. I needed a cigarette. I needed a beer. I mean, like, this is just ridiculous. I got to stop.
Yeah.
So, I weaned, instead of doing that, I weaned myself down what I was doing before. Is anybody else having convulsions inside their body?
Oh, like, do you mean like when you're like talking to someone and like maybe like your chest vibrates and it almost feels like a shaking you can't stop? Or are you talking about like more of a seizure activity?
That's happened, but that's not what I'm talking about. Actually, I guess that could be the same thing. No, because like for me, I'm thinking, well, what I'm feeling right now could absolutely be arthritis or carpal tunnel, and it's not. There's no pain. I'm just feeling vibrations through my and into my palm. So I found very interesting. Yeah. That's why I was wondering if anybody else is having like nervous reactions or whatever.
I'm having muscle spasms. Like it'll just keep going. Like they'll pulse tag one day in my arm, another. That's the closest thing I got.
See, I noticed that my husband, he's affected too. So are both of my kids. But like, he'll be sitting there and then all of a sudden his head will jerk. And I'm like, what is that? He's like, I don't know. It's like a muscle spasm.
Muscle spasm. That's what I was looking for. That's kind of what was happening. It's not happening at all. But there's no pain. It's not annoying. So I'm thinking, well, it's not anything that I'm worried about.
It's just involuntary.
Yeah. And I can feel my body changing. I can feel it. I can feel the vibrations going through it. I can feel the pain. When there's pain, I just go, okay, it's changed. There's no reason that part of my body should hurt right now. None. And there's like something going on. It's like over here too. So I'm thinking, something might be changing. Whatever.
I'm having a lot of issues, like with my
with what?
Like with the connective tissue for my ribs and chest, like the front of my rib cage and the back of my rib cage, right at the top. I don't know.
I know.
Go ahead.
A lot of people, and I just figure that's attributed to some sort of who you really are, your consciousness, whatever it is, getting used to another timeline. I don't know, dimension, or we're raising our vibration. So I like to think if we're shifting to something more.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's something that a lot of us go through. I strive to keep my vibration high. I try really hard.
It gets easier and easier, and I mean, I've had it. I'm having like blatant things happen, and then after it's over, I look back and I go, "Oh no, it's totally what that was. That was evil leaving, and that was no reason for me to be the way I was, and I could have observed it. It's going to happen, whether I interact or not.
Right.
The negativity is leaving."
Well, yeah, and do you notice that, like, when a thought comes in, if you separate your consciousness from your thought and you just observe that thought, it goes away, like the evil leaving.
Yeah, I do believe that. Hold on, got the boss calling.
That woke you up, Scott Bala.
Huh?
I said that woke you up.
What did?
I don't know, all this talking.
Oh, no. God damn.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut out in about 15. I gotta go get the bread guy downstairs, pick up the bread.
Oh, do y'all serve food as well?
Say that again?
I said y'all serve food as well?
Oh yeah, that's why people keep coming back. The food, everything's fresh, and we open at 11. We have an all-day breakfast. I say all day, but all we've been doing is lunch, because once the food's gone, it's gone. So the kitchen's been closing at 3, 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, it's packed though. We're usually making all our money then. Now it might have stayed open a little later tonight. We probably did about half of what we're usually doing, and it's going to get slower. Wintertime's not busy here.
Really?
Yeah, you'd think so. I got ski resorts all around us, but they don't have to come through here to get to them.
Oh.
But some people do on purpose to come here, and we'll have a group of skiers a night or whatever, and it usually keeps the place going. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm surprised y'all didn't do like late night pub food.
We could, but the problem around here is staff. So if
really?
you actually know, and places to live, and this place is going to boom. They just found more minerals out, so there's going to be more mining going on. It's supposedly going to pick up. I mean, I'm fine one way or the other.
Is it expensive to buy property there?
I think you could probably see. That's the thing. They've been going up now. been talking about the minerals. When I first got here 3 years ago, you could get a decent house for 100,000, but you'd have to fix it up. These are old homes up here. The plumbing, the heating, everything. We're talking this stuff was put together back in the day, and they never got up here to, getting cable is pulling teeth.
Man, I haven't had cable since 2001. Who cares?
I had to get it for the bar. I got all the TVs downstairs.
Yeah.
And I got nothing up here. So it's hard for me to go live. Am I actually coming out okay?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, okay. So I don't have it hooked up, an Ethernet. It's just, this is Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
All right, I might be able to do this. Yeah, I've been thinking about going live a couple of times. I don't know.
You should.
I have my ideas. I film it and I'm done. It's a minute thought, and I go on to the next thought. I mean, you've seen my videos.
Because it's like it's a collage of moments in your life. It's very interesting.
Well, I got to tell you, let's see. When I first started doing videos, they were under 5 minutes, and because I would just come out with my thought, put it out, and then I did a bloopers kind of reel, and oh, you'd like that. Yeah, once in this blooper reel, there's 5 of them. I don't even know where it's at. In this one blooper reel, I'm sitting there filming, talking, and there's a mirror in front of me and a mirror behind me, and I have no pants on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was cool. I love these things.
I cannot believe you found old glasses that are your prescription. That is so crazy.
I can't see as well as I can with these. These are from the late 1800s, probably early 1900s. $22, and I see better out of these than I do any of my glasses.
That is so crazy. Because, back then, they would just kind of travel around and kind of you would just sit there and kind of try on different pairs until you found something that worked for you,
I can't believe I actually walk around with these.
One day I was at work. I used to sell jewelry, and I was at work and I was thinking, my rings are kind of falling off. I really wish I had a small gold band to hold my rings on. And I just thought it to myself. And this couple came in and they were pawning jewelry. They'd been there a few times, and I waited on them again, and they had this small gold ring. It's right here. I'm wearing it. They had this small band. And I was like, and they just gave it to me. I was like, oh, that's cute. And they were like, you can have it.
Nice.
And I was like, really? Are you sure? And she's like, yeah, you wait on us. You're really nice. And I was like, okay, thanks.
With what I feel, and it's in the book, about how you actually create. I try and remember what I did when I was trying to get these, because I was really thinking, yeah, I'll get these and whatnot, and because I want to get them for that festival that they have out here when I dressed up in the hat and all.
I love that outfit. So cute.
But I didn't, and I don't know. I went by this place a couple of times, and I could have walked in and seen them then. And I was just like, I'm not going to bother. The chances that they actually have something I can actually use, and even when I did, it was slow. There was nobody in there. I walked in, and I went to this case where all these glasses were, and I tried 4 or 5 of them on. None of them fit. None of them, I couldn't see through any of them. I said, oh, okay, yeah, see, I was right. And she says, oh, there's some more in the back scattered around, the rest of the building. So I went ahead and walked back, and I just saw this pair sitting in the corner by itself, and I said, try them. She opened the case. I put them on. I was like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. I said, what are these, 22 too? And she said, yes, I'll take them.
And that's crazy because they fit your face exactly like they were made for you.
Yeah.
That's the weird part.
I'm not even thinking it's weird anymore. I'm like, I feel like there's something I did to create this, that I'd have these. And you know, a lot of the things, a lot of the steps that I put forward were in there, but there's something missing. It's because I think in the book I say it's letting go, and then I kind of change that to accepting.
Well, and it's almost like when you don't try.
Yeah, but it's more of a I can't believe I remember it in the video, because I say it in the video. Not letting go, it's not accepting, it's and it's perfect too. Well, it's not perfect. It's because it's going to change again. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to go back and watch my video.
I just saw that one too, and I can't remember it either.
You remember what I was saying?
Yeah, I remember what you were saying, but I can't remember the exact line. And I just watched it today. I fell asleep to it. Well, no, it wasn't today. It was yesterday.
I could swear it was acceptance.
Yeah, but there's yeah, I'm looking through my notes. I'm like, I know, because that's what I said. I said there's even something greater, and I got it off of someone called. When she said it, I was like, "That's it." Aluna, what the clairvoyant, Aluna clairvoyant. Yeah, she's got a channel I've been listening to, and it's Aluna Ash Clairvoyant -9D. I've been listening to her stuff, and she mentioned it in one of her videos. It's not going to be here. Further off here.
It was along the lines of just giving in.
Oh, I got it. Not having anything, not having any investment.
There you go.
Okay, I didn't even. That's the best way to say it. I didn't even say it that way. Not letting go, not accepting. I mean, you can accept the situation. I'm sure that helps. I think that's part of it. But it's not having any investment, not worrying about it. Because for me, when I thought about the glasses, to me, it was like, hey, it'd be great if I had them. It'd be great if I don't. It didn't matter either way. And boom, they show up. And I think that's what it is. Not to like, so if you're going to create, you go ahead and, you know, build up the energy, the emotion. I think that has a lot to do with it, the emotion. The thought's going to create it. The thought's going to start it. You're going to put the emotion out towards it, and then you're not going to worry about one way or the other if it happens or not. I mean, I don't know how easy that is. But you can for me, it was going on to the next thing you want to create.
Yeah,
you're not focused on that other one. Now you're going to start something else. And you think this is something I'd try daily? No, I just, investigate and then, experiment, and it works. And then I go on to the next thing. I'm like, but I am, because I'm in a position where I'm not completely content, but I'm happy. So, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. Everybody say hi to Buttercup.
Oh, look at the baby.
Is it the kitty?
It's Buttercup.
Is it a little boy or a little girl?
This is my baby girl.
Oh,
my princess. Yeah,
I missed it. Some asshole kept sending messages on the phone.
I like the markings on her face, like around her nose. It's so cute.
She's Siamese and calico.
Oh,
and when the psychic lady spoke with her cat on the phone, she was telling me, she's like, she's a very old soul cat. And they balance me. She balances the energy, and he's the one running around like a madman. Look, guys, I'm gonna have to roll. I gotta go get the bread. Make sure I don't miss the bread call downstairs. So
don't miss the bread.
Can't do that.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you. Yeah, come back anytime.
Excellent. Talk to you later. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Time to make the donuts.
Nice. I made the donuts.
Do you remember those commercials? I used to love those. That guy just
Yeah.
looks so exhausted. He's like, time to make the donuts.
He must have been
The
affected.
drudgery of life. Yeah. It's just such a drudgery, you know?
Yeah.
It starts to feel like just one long day, especially like I've noticed that I use my GPS when I go to work because it tells you what time you're going to arrive based on how fast you're going and everything. And so I use it when I go to work, and it's gotten to the point where I haven't even programmed it to do it. But like when I'm on my way home at night, it tells me automatically how long it is till I get home. And I don't even ask it the route or.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It might be a feature in it, but I guess because I'm doing the same repetitive bullshit day after day.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I enjoy somewhat what I do, although I am very tired. You know, it's wearing on me.
I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
It's like, I got to work a double tomorrow, then I'm off for 2 glorious days. Whew. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to paint my cabinets in my kitchen. I'm excited. Get to do something fun.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, Dark Wolf is live. Look, I had gotten Charlotte's Web. I couldn't find my Grimm's Fairy Tales. They're around here someplace. I also have Heidi. I was trying to look for books to read, just in case you need a bedtime story. And I have Alice in Wonderland.
That
a
one.
classic. I love Alice in Wonderland.
Read that one.
Okay, you gonna go to sleep and be a good boy?
Try.
Oh shit! Knock some shit over. All right, let's see. Gotta find reading glasses because I'm old. No, that's them around here. I have like 100 pairs of those things. I'll find a pair. Oh. Hush your butt. Might be some in my bathroom. Yes, I found a pair.
I almost just threw up for a second there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened.
Probably because you need to sleep. It's not good for you not to sleep, you know. Your body needs time to get itself back together.
Oof.
Okay, all in the golden afternoon. All in the golden afternoon, full leisurely we glide, for both our oars with little skill by little arms are plied, while little hands make vain pretense our wanderings to guide. Ah, cruel thee, in such an hour, beneath such a dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather. Yet what can one poor voice avail against 3 tongues together? Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict to begin it. In gentler tones, Sakuna hopes there will be nonsense in it. While Turta interrupts the tale, not one word than once a minute, Anon, to sudden silence one, in fancy they pursue, the dream child moving through a land of wonders wild and new. in friendly chat with bird or beast, and half believe it true. And ever the story drained, the wells of fancy dry, and faintly strove that weary one to put the subject by. The rest next time, it is next time, the happy voices cry. Thus grew the tale of Wonderland, thus slowly one by one. Its quaint events were hammered out, and now the tale is done. At home we steer a merry crew beneath the setting sun. Alice, a childish story take, and with a gentle hand lay it where the childhood's dream are twined in memory mystic band, like pilgrims withered wreath of flowers plucked in a far-off land. Starts the poem. Chapter 1, Down the Rabbit Hole. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank, and having nothing to do, once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. What is the use of this book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? So she was considering in her own mind, as well as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid, whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble of getting up and picking the daisies, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. There was nothing so very remarkable in that, nor did Alice think it so crazy, much out of the way to hear the rabbit say to itself, oh dear, I shall be too late." Then she thought it over afterward, and it occurred to her that she ought to have wondered at this, but at the time it all seemed quite natural. But when the rabbit actually took a watch out of his waistcoat pocket and looked at it and then hurried on, Alice started to her feet, for it flashed across her mind that she had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take out of it. And burning with curiosity, she ran across the field after it, and it was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way, then dipped suddenly down, so suddenly that Alice had not a moment to think about stopping herself before she found herself falling down what seemed to be a very deep well. Either the well was very deep, or she fell very slowly, for she had plenty of time as she went down to look about her and to wonder what was going to happen next. First she tried to look down and make out what was coming too, but it was too dark to see anything, and she looked at the sides of the well and noticed that they were filled with cupboards and bookshelves. Here and there she saw maps and pictures hung upon pegs. She took down a jar from one of the shelves as she passed it. It was labeled orange marmalade, but to her great disappointment it was empty. She did not like to drop the jar for fear of killing somebody underneath, so she managed to put it onto one of the cupboards as she fell past it. Well, thought Alice to herself, after such a fall as this, I should think nothing of tumbling downstairs. How brave they'll think me at home. Why, I wouldn't say anything about it if I fell off the top of the house, which was very likely true. Down, down, down. Would the fall never come to an end? I wonder how many miles I've fallen by this time, she said aloud. It must be getting somewhere near the center of the earth. Let me see. That would be 4,000 miles down, I think. For you see, Alice had learned several things of this sort in her lessons in the schoolroom. She thought it was not a very good opportunity for showing off her knowledge, as there was no one to listen to her. Still, it was good practice to say it over. Yes, that's about the right distance, but I've got to wonder what latitude or longitude I've got to. Alice had not the slightest idea what latitude was, or longitude either, but she thought they were nice, grand words to say. Presently she began again. I wonder if I should fall right through the earth. How funny it'll seem to come out amongst the people that walk with their heads downward. The antipathies, I think. She was rather glad there was no one listening at this time, as it didn't sound at all the right word. But I shall have to ask them what the name of the country is, you know. Please, ma'am, is this New Zealand or Australia? And she tried to curtsy as she spoke. Fancy curtsying as you're falling through the air. Do you think you could manage it? And what an ignorant little girl she'll think of me for asking. No, it'll never do to ask. Perhaps I shall see it written up somewhere. Down, down, down. There was nothing else to do. So Alice soon began talking again. Dinah will miss me very much tonight, I should think. Dinah was the cat. I hope they'll remember her saucer of milk at tea time. Dinah, my dear, I wish you were down here with me. There are no mice in the air, I'm afraid, but you might catch a bat. That's very much like a mouse, you know. But do cats eat bats, I wonder? And there Alice began to get rather sleepy, and went on saying to herself in a dreamy sort of way, do cats eat bats? Do cats eat bats? And sometimes, do bats eat cats? For you see, she couldn't answer either question. It didn't much matter which way she put it. She felt that she was dozing off and had just begun to dream, and what she was walking hand in hand with Dinah, and was saying to her very earnestly, now, Dinah, tell me the truth. Did you ever eat a bat? When suddenly, thump, thump, down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves, and the fall was over. Alice was not hurt a bit. She jumped up into her feet in the moment. She looked up, but it was dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight, hurrying down it. There was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it say, as it turned a corner, oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting. She was close behind it when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long, low hall, which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all around the hall, but they were all locked, and when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked sadly down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon a little three-legged table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it but a tiny golden key. And Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the doors of the hall. But alas, either the locks were too large or the key was too small. But at any rate, it would not open any of them. However, on the second time round, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door, about 15 inches high. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight, it fit. Alice opened the door and found that it led to a small passage, not much larger than a rat hole. She knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you've ever seen. How she longed to get out of that dark hall and wander about among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains, that she could not even get her head through the door. And even if my head would go through, thought poor Alice, it would be of very little use without my shoulders. Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could if only I knew how to begin. For you see, so many out-of-the-way things had happened lately that Alice had begun to think that very few things indeed were really impossible. There seemed to be no use in waiting by the little door, so she went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it, or at any rate, a book of rules for shutting people up like little telescopes. This time she found a little bottle on it, which certainly was not there before. And tied round the neck of the bottle was a paper label with the words, "Drink me," beautifully printed in large letters. It was all very well to say, "Drink me," but the wise little Alice was not in a hurry Wait, was not going to do that in a hurry. No, I'll look at it first, she said. I'll see whether it's marked poison or not. For she had read several little nice stories about children who had gotten burnt, eaten up by wild beasts, and other unpleasant things, all because they would not remember the simple rules their friends had taught them, such as the red hot poker will burn you if you hold it too long, and that if you cut your finger very deeply with a knife, it usually bleeds. And she had never forgotten that if you drink much from a bottle marked poison, it almost certainly it is almost certain to disagree with you sooner or later. However, this bottle was not marked poison. So Alice ventured to taste it, and finding it very nice, it had in fact a sort of mixed flavor of cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. And she very soon finished it off. What a curious feeling, said Alice. I must be shutting up like a telescope. And so it was indeed. She was now only 10 inches high, and her face brightened up at the thought that she was now the right size for going through the little door into that lovely garden. First, however, she waited for a few minutes to see if she was going to shrink any further, but she felt a little nervous about this, for it might end, you know, Alice said to herself, in my going out altogether like a candle. I wonder if I should be like then. Wait, I wonder what I should be like then. She tried to fancy what the flame of a candle looks like after a candle is blown out, for she could not remember ever having seen such a thing. Sounds like Scotty's sleeping.
No. Huh?
Are you sleeping?
I was.
Were you drifting out?
Yeah.
Did you see anything?
Yeah, for a second.
What did you see?
I was standing outside the truck facing the house. So that was kind of shit. I didn't go anywhere far.
That's weird.
My God, I feel like I'm in a cartoon.
Do you really?
Yeah. That was weird.
Well, see, in these kind of stories, too, I mean, they were like really like just the subject matter of it.
That was really interesting.
Man, I cannot tell you how many times I've read this book. I used to read to my kids all the time, you know?
I hear from, a billion people that it's a really good story, but...
It really is a good story.
Yeah.
I can't believe you like it induced like a kind of an altered state.
Oh my Lord.
You tired?
No, I'm fine. It's weird getting out of it.
Oh my God, did you hear that? My chest popped.
No.
My chest, like in the front, cracks. I separated my rib cage from my sternum one time, and ever since that injury healed, it cracks like a knuckle now.
How did that happen?
I was a manager at Lowe's. I was over the paint department, paint and home decor. And we had gotten a big shipment of 5-gallon buckets of primer. And I had put on people's work list to put them up. Of course, they didn't do it. I mean, it was so busy they couldn't. And so while the employees were waiting on customers, I was back there like trying to get the shit in the like in the rack, like at the bottom, but you have to like rotate the paint. So I had to pull out all the older primer, and then I was just like grabbing it from the palette and just swinging it over and putting it, I would put one and then I would put another one on top and push it back. And I just grabbed one and picked it up the wrong way, and my sternum and rib cage separated. Just put too much strain.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Would you burn yourself?
No, I just dropped the cigarette somewhere. There it is. Okay. I don't even know what like that looks like the sternum and the rib cage to get like. Where? I'm fucking out of it.
I'll show you. Look.
Yeah, that'll work.
Let's see. Rib cage. Jesus, like the rib cage isn't really. There we go. That's a good one. Like this one right here. See, like that's your sternum right there, like this big bone.
Uh-huh.
It used to be a little different, but like right here where this connective tissue is.
Okay.
It's separated.
That's nuts.
I know. I heard this pop, and I mean, it hurt so bad. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Fucking A.
And they were like, let us call an ambulance. I was like, hell no, I don't want to pay the $1,500 to go on an ambulance.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
But I knew I couldn't drive, so I called my husband. He came and got me and took me to the hospital.
That's just another fucking thing that like it's all those type of things added up that makes me want to fucking kill people. It's like someone is fucking hurt and you're gonna fucking rob them $1,500 for what essentially is a $10 cab ride.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you take an ambulance, it's a minimum of $1,500 to take that ride. It's just nuts. See, because I had done it one other time. I think I had gotten in a wreck, and I just didn't have a choice. I was out of it. Somebody like hit the front of my car, and they hit me with so much force that my head went over and hit the passenger door.
Whoa.
I know, that's one of those wrecks I think I might have died in. And so my head hit the passenger door, and I was on the phone with my husband when it happened, and he could hear the ambulance coming, and he heard the crash. He was freaking out.
Fuck yeah.
And the phone, I just dropped the phone. I mean, I don't even remember any of it really. And I kind of remember coming to, and they were cutting my dress off.
Oh, wow.
Like right there. But I was out of it for a few days, and I woke up and there was some woman in my room. And I was like, "Who are you?" And she was like, she said, "I'm just here to visit you, just to sit with you." And I was like, "But I don't know you. Like, I don't want you in here." I was like pissed off she was in there. I was kind of out of it. They had given me, drugs, and they put me like in I think a medically induced coma for about 3 days. Because I had like, I hit my head so hard that I bruised my brain.
Oh, wow.
So, and I had all this swelling in my chest, like they couldn't, like in my abdomen, I had all this fluid. They didn't know where it was coming from. And so, but like nobody ever saw that lady. Wow. And I remember my husband coming in while she was in there. And like later I asked him, I said, made a comment about her. He's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, there was a woman in there and she sat with me. And she even came back and sat with me overnight while you were gone.
That's
It was
sweet.
weird. It was strange. I don't know who she was, or I've never heard of such a thing. I don't know. It's really strange.
Guardian angel?
Maybe. It was an old black lady. And she just sat there and like knitted and talked to me. And at first I didn't want anything to do with her. But she just sat there and kept talking to me.
It's fucking really neat.
That's weird.
Yeah. Did she say anything like, I don't know, interesting that you can remember?
She talked about Jesus a lot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what did she say that you remember about Jesus?
Oh, just about like, she would say things like, if Jesus could carry that cross, like we can get through this. She kept saying like we, like me and her.
Wow.
It's really strange. But at first I was very mean to her. Like I didn't want her in there. I was like, you can go. I was like, I'm fine. Like, you can leave. I was being an asshole. I just didn't want her in there. I was like, I would like my privacy. And like I would try to get up to go to the bathroom and she would try to help me. And I'd be like, are you a nurse? Like, get away from me. Like, I don't even know you. And she kept saying things like, I'm just a friend. I'm just here to sit with you. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know what was going on with that. But I remember distinctly my husband came in and brought me food and she was in there. And I felt funny about like just eating in front of her, but I did. And then he had to go like, be with our kids at home. He gave me a kiss and left. And I mean, they never interacted really.
That's like Sixth Sense type shit.
It was really strange. I don't know. I don't even know if she was really there. Brian says, I wonder if you're in a half dead state and that's why you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, my grandmother was seeing and talking to people in here last days with her cancer. Spirit guide, maybe a spirit guide. Maybe just, I don't know. I don't know what the hell. Very weird. But she was like a big old black lady with glasses.
It'd be really cool if you could find I don't know, a picture of her somewhere, and you end up finding out it's like I don't know, your great grandmother or some shit.
Probably not my family.
How was she dressed? Was she dressed of like with clothes of the time?
Yeah, like it seemed like she just had kind of like polyester pants and just like a regular shirt. She had a sweater vest on. It looked like she had made it herself. And she sat there and knitted the whole time, which I thought was kind of interesting because, I crochet constantly.
Yeah.
Maybe she was part of the program trying to keep me there.
I don't know.
Trying to make sure I didn't leave.
What does the chat think about this? Like, let's go over what she could be there for.
Candy Cupcakes is like spirit guide.
Mm-hmm. But what she doesn't really need to be there to watch you. It's not like you're getting up and leaving. So maybe protecting you from something that could come in, and maybe she was trying to protect you from a soul swap or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Nice.
You know what? I don't even remember falling asleep either. I remember listening to you reading, and oh man, I don't even remember. You didn't get too far.
I only read I read the poem at the beginning, and I read 8 pages. I thought I heard you sleeping.
Yeah, I think pretty much as soon as you started, right after the poem, I think that's when I lost it.
Well, see, the book has things in it like down, 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 like she's falling down the rabbit hole. That's the part I read where she was falling.
Fuck. All right, the last thing I remember was the rabbit and the watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's like on the first or second page, probably. Brian says that's how hypnotism works too. Yeah. It's a really hypnotic story. I used to love reading it to my kids. It would put them out. And every time I'd finish it, they'd be like, read Alice in Wonderland. Or I've read Alice in Wonderland, Heidi. I've read that book so many times to them. My sister used to read it to me. She used to read me the very same book.
I used to watch Heidi.
The book is so much better.
I didn't like the movie at all.
No.
She used to sing what was it, America the Beautiful, or whatever the fuck that song is.
What are you talking about?
And Heidi, doesn't she sing
What, The Hills Are Alive? That's a different movie.
I'm thinking of Pollyanna. Never mind.
Heidi's the one where she's her mother dies. You know, her mother and father both die, and the only relative she really has left is her grandfather, and he lives up in the mountains and lives a really solitary life.
Mm-hmm.
And her aunt ends up, or a different relative ends up just bringing her there because she doesn't want her.
Damn.
And so she goes and lives with this guy. And I mean, at first he's all crotchety and doesn't want her there. And then she slowly wins him over. Well, then the aunt comes back and says, look, I found work for her. Like she can earn money.
Oh.
Like being a companion to a young crippled girl. And so the grandfather convinces her to, says, well, I don't want you here anyway. Like that kind of thing. But really he did want her there. It's really a heartbreaking story. And she's so sad and, doesn't want to go. I mean, she likes living there at some point, but really she's homesick, And the little crippled girl convinces them to let her go home.
Cool.
Yeah, it's got a happy ending.
What's the best book you ever read?
One of my most favorite books is like childhood books is like My Secret Garden. I used to love that book. Oh, and then the V.C. Andrews books. Oh my God, I've read those 1,000 times. I loved all those books.
Who's that?
She wrote like Flowers in the Attic.
Oh.
They made it into a movie. The movie was terrible.
I remember kind of liking it, but I might have read that even.
That was a good book.
I think I did like it.
I loved Gone with the Wind. That's one of my most favorite books. And then Little Women.
I think my girlfriend just read that somewhat recently.
Yeah, Little Women is one of those books you have to sit there and kind of read again once you get to be an adult.
Oh, man.
Oh, you know a good book I read a while back? It was Pride and Prejudice with zombies.
What?
Yeah, they rewrote Pride and Prejudice and made it like about zombies, and it's pretty good. You have to have read the first one and liked the first one, you know, the original book, but it was pretty funny.
What was the first one you said? Secret Garden?
Yeah, My Secret Garden.
What's that all about?
It's about this little girl I mean, a lot of these have common themes. I don't know why I like them. I guess because of my own childhood, but she's this little girl and like her family dies and the only relative she has left is this rich uncle. And so she goes to live with him and he's got a crippled child. And she's a companion to the child and whatever. And she starts to kind of wander the grounds and she finds this garden, like this hidden garden. And it's all overgrown. Like it has like a locked gate. When you open the gate, there's this garden that's all overgrown. It's got fountains and paths and all this stuff. And it's in between two concrete walls. So it's totally hidden. And the only way in is like this door that was kind of overgrown by vines and stuff. And so she goes in there and she starts to like revive it, like clean it out and plant things and work on it because she doesn't have anything else to do. And the guy finds out about it, the uncle, and he gets pissed off at first because it was like his dead wife's garden, like her private garden. But I think his son has polio. The mom's dead. The son has polio. She eventually teaches the little boy to walk. Like she realizes he could walk. He just, has been in the wheelchair so long. Like nobody's worked with him or he doesn't try. And so she gets him to walk and I don't know. Just all them little girly books. There was one book I used to love and I can't remember the name of it, but it was about a little girl who had a dollhouse and she had this like little tiny family, like I don't know what they were, these little like miniature people that lived in her dollhouse. Or they might have been mice. But I can't remember what that book's called. But I read a lot because it was a way for me to escape my life.
Mm-hmm.
Just transport you to another place. A lot of people like will play music or do whatever, but I read.
My girl does that too. She's always got her nose in the book.
I don't do it so much anymore because I'm just busy with kids. Yeah. And then, I used to read to them constantly. Like our house in Slidell, the one we lost in Katrina, they had a bedroom where they slept, and then they had a playroom. And in the bedroom where they slept, they had a closet, and I took the door off the closet, and I put like little tiny bookshelves in there and like beanbag chairs. And that was like our book nook. And we would sit in there and read. And We would sit there and read a story, and then they had to go to bed.
I like the idea of a little hideaway.
Yeah, M.A. did that for his kids, that little space under the stairs.
Cool.
He made them like a little play place. But I think it's nice to have a place where you can sit quietly and read or do like a craft or an activity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think Joe might be home. All right. Well, I'm going to go just in case.
Yeah.
I get worried.
Well,
all right. Well, I'll talk to you. No problem. It was a lovely evening.
Indeed.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Love you.
Love you more.
Ooh. Bye.
Bye. Bye, chat. Thanks, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.